Hello and welcome to this weekend's qualification report for St. Louis Supercross. For those of you who don't know, this is where I give you a 10-minute summary of today's 3+ hour long qualifying session. Today was especially long because they had the LCQs in it, so we'll get into that as well. So, all right, guys, get ready for a great night of racing. It is the third and final Triple Crown race of the year, and that will also be the final round that will be indoors. This is one of the few roofed races, so it's dry, that's a guarantee, but the dirt is soft, so that's the only problem they have today. Even just after press day or the short practice sessions, the ruts were gnarly. So it's going to be another crazy one tonight. Not only will we look at the quality sessions, but like I mentioned, the LCQs will be in this video as well. All right, let's get right into it. First, let me tell you about our sponsor, Blood Lubricants. As you can see, I got the hat, the hoodie on. Blood Lubricants has premium oils and lubricants for everything moto. They even have UTV and basic engine oil as well. They got oil, racing oil. They got chain lube. They even have a new product, Clutch RX, which helps prevent clutch slippage and keep your clutch healthy and engine healthy in your bike. So get this stuff. Head to bloodlubricants.com and use my code TMN25 for 25% off. They got a bunch of stuff, so if you need anything for your bike, go grab it now, 25% off. All right, let's get right into it. So 250 qualifying session number 1. In the first session, it was honestly quite a boring session. Not much happened. It was a time battle between the top 5 guys. It was Rj Hampshire who ended up in first with a 57.311, but shortly behind him, it was Jordon Smith, the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha rider, with 57.481 for second. And then the points leader and Pro Circuit Kawasaki rider Levi Kitchen in third with 57.652. Pretty close battle between them, and it was close behind them as well. But other than that, the only thing of note that happened in that session was Michael Mosiman, who had a pretty gnarly crash. He had a big case that resulted in a fast first slam and pile drive by his bike. Luckily, the Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha rider was cleared by the Alpine Stars medical crew moments later, and it appears he's okay and will continue the rest of the night. On to the first 450 session, it was flagged off with Jason Anderson leading the pack. Within 2 laps, the competitors began setting impressive lap times. Eli Tomac quickly made his mark by topping the leaderboard with a 56.421 lap. Tomac continued to push his limits, setting a 56.160 lap shortly thereafter. However, Jett Lawrence managed to surpass Tomac's time with a 56.015 lap time. As the session progressed, Lawrence found his rhythm and set a blistering 55.253 lap time, setting the bar even higher for the rest of the crowd. Chase Sexton, not one to be outdone, joined the sub-56-second club with a remarkable 55.795 lap of his own, and in the end, it was Jett Lawrence reigning supreme with his outstanding 55.253 lap time. In the 250 overall, the second session, Jordon Smith and Julien Beaumer took the lead. Smith's early lap time of 57.208 was the fastest at that point, placing him ahead of Hampshire from the first session as the track conditions improved after they worked on it for a bit. Levi Kitchen then set a 57.068, but Hampshire quickly reclaimed the top spot with an impressive 55.956 lap time. Hampshire continued the push, lowering his time to 56.660, while Carson Mumford made a significant jump to 56.978 lap time, securing third place behind Hampshire and Kitchen. In the end, it was Rj Hampshire's 55.956 time that remained the best overall qualifying time for the day in the 250 class. All right, now let's look at the rest of the top 10 guys. So it was Hampshire first, Kitchen second, Mumford third, Jordon Smith fourth, Shimoda in fifth, Michael Mosiman sixth, even with that rough crash, Garrett Marchbank seventh, Anthony Burdone eighth, Nate Thrasher ninth, and Ryder DeFrancesco in 10th.
Fire in his career, it was here in St. Louis. So what's the secret sauce to St. Louis for you?
I usually really like this dirt, but yeah, just tonight's super sticky. Clearly you could tell probably at the finish line. Yeah, it's going to be a tough night, a lot of laps. Like I said, stick to myself and pound these things out. Excited to go racing tonight.
All right, best.
All right, now let's look at the 450 overall, their second session. It was Hunter Lawrence who secured the whole shot in the final Group A qualifying session, setting the stage for an intense battle for the top spot. Jett Lawrence and Justin Cooper traded fast laps, with Cooper initially taking the lead in the session with a 55.007 lap time. Not to be outdone, Jett Lawrence again answering back with a blistering 54.837 lap on his final hot lap, claiming the top spot on the board. Let's now look at the rest of the top 10. Overall, it was Jett Lawrence on top, Justin
Of the
Cooper
season,
second,
and it
Cooper
all
Webb
starts
third,
on a day
Eli
like today
Tomac fourth,
at, like,
Chase
a
Sexton
session
fifth,
like that.
Ken
What were some of
Roxon
the
sixth,
takeaways? You
Jason
said
Anderson
that it
seventh,
had a good
Adam
flow
Seensrud
to it, the
eighth,
track itself.
Malcolm Stewart ninth, and Aaron Plessinger
It makes
10th.
it a lot easier to get to some fast sites when the track flows really nicely. It kind of has a natural flow to it. So it's a big help with that. But no, excited for today. Tracks, this dirt's always good, so it's going to be exciting.
The dirt, let's talk about it. How much is it changing throughout, and how much do you expect it to change for tonight?
I think the biggest thing is, like with any track, you're just going to start losing traction a little bit by little bit. This kind of soil, it's a little slower process of losing traction, but no, it's going to get pretty rutted and that stuff, so it's going to be good.
Everyone chomping the bit to get you. How do you stay cool, calm, collected at this point?
I just go ride my dirt bike, and we just keep doing that.
That's special to do. Best of luck out there.
All right, now let's look at the 250 LCQ. We normally don't do these, but for Triple Crowns, we will, because they only do that in Race Day Live on Triple Crown races. 250 LCQ, it was host Grindstone Kawasaki rider Max Sanford who came out in front with the whole shot. That didn't last long, though. It was a couple laps before AEO Powersports KTM rider Talon Hawkins, who was the favorite coming into this race, passed him for the lead. In the top four, a battle pursued between Verola and Varese for the final transfer spot. Josh Varese quickly took the spot away from him. Max Sanford then went down at some point in the race. They didn't show it on air. All you saw was him falling through the ranks. Either way, that allowed Jorgensen into the top four. In the end, it was Hawkins who took the win, Stapleton second, Varese third, and Jorgensen in fourth. Here's what Talon Hawkins had to say after his LCQ win.
Trouble, and off to the Triple Crown events we go.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thank you to the whole AEO Powersports KTM racing team for giving me a bike and helping me. Dude, I'm stoked to be out here. Obviously, don't want to be in the LCQ, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I'm glad I was able to get a good start and make it happen.
Great job. Good.
All right, on to the 450 LCQ. It was quite a stacked last chance qualifier for sure. In the 450 class, Freezy had a great jump out of the gate, but it was factory beta rider Colt Nichols who tucked underneath him inside line for the whole shot. In the next turn, Freezy ended up bumping the left side of his bike off the tough block, causing a bit of a pile up. This ended Grant Harlan and Schlosser's chances right off the bat. It was Nichols, Freezy, Robin, and Clayson who ran in the qualifying positions off the top of the race. Cade Clayson made his way by Robin early on. Robin then made a mistake, dropping him down to 7th place, allowing Jeremy Hand into the top four. Cade Clayson then made his way by Vince Freezy, and shortly thereafter, Hand made his way up to 3rd as well. Freezy would hold 4th place, and it was Colt Nichols who was victorious in the 450 LCQ. Here's what Colt Nichols had to say about his LCQ win.
Well, Colt Nichols, you didn't want to be in that LCQ, I'm sure, but if you're going to have to be there, get the start, get out front. How are you adapting to this new beta? You missed some time early on in the season, but it seems like you're starting to find your stride a little bit again.
Yeah, it's been a difficult transition. Just coming in midway through the season's tough. You know, these guys are in mid-season form, and I'm coming in, and Birmingham was my A1, and man, we're searching. Trying to find some more comfort out of this thing, and but kudos to the team, man. We've been working really, really hard to try and get this thing to suit me a little bit better. It's got a lot of potential. Benny Bloss's been riding it really well, so just got to get a little more comfortable for me, and we'll be okay. But yeah, a little stressful LCQ, but glad to get that out of the way and ready for the 3 mains.
Well, that's all I got for today's qualifying report. Who do you guys think? Who will come out on top? Will Jett keep the consistency going? Can Webb win a second race in a row? How about 250 class? Can Kitchen win again? Or will Jordon Smith turn this championship around and maybe get a win tonight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and see you in next week's qualifying report.